Okay, this is a reading for Aquarius. It's your weekly love reading. I'll do a 9-card spread. I'll get 3 cards for how you're feeling, 3 cards for how your person's feeling, and 3 cards for the outcome. I'll clarify why they feel the way that they feel, get messages from them, and I'll get you some advice from Spirit. You may hear the wind outside. We've got a huge storm in the UK, but particularly across Wales, and we are over the river from Wales, so yeah, it's Storm Dara, so that could be noisy because my microphone's really big and it picks up everything. So yeah, all plans cancelled. All public transport, Christmas markets, everything's cancelled. My sister's roof has just blown off her side passage, so we're just kind of waiting for it to pass at the moment. I do worry about anyone that's homeless in very high winds like this. It's hurricane force winds, so yeah, that's awful. Okay. Never a better time to be thankful for having, good shelter. Okay, so we've got your Major Arcana Aquarius as the star. Now this is the card of healing, abundance and wish fulfillment, okay? So in the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool experiences loss, grief, sadness, heartbreak, all of these different things, and then next is healing. Okay, so we've got these cleansing waters and sort of returning, negative emotions and picking up positive ones, restoring balance, cleansing, purifying. Okay, so let's get your card. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius's highest good. How is Aquarius feeling in the second week of December with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting? Okay, because you may not be dealing with anyone, but you might be wishing for someone to come in, okay, or you may have your mind on one specific person, something like that. You may be already involved. 3 cards, please. The Ace of Wands. Extremely passionate, enthusiastic, driven, ready for a brand new start, okay, a brand new phase. An ace is the start of a new phase, okay, and it's helped along with good luck from Spirit as well. This is something that you really want. You're full of passion. Wands are phallic. Okay, in the challenge we have the Queen of Pentacles. So it could be that you are struggling financially and you're the Queen of Pentacles, or it could be in regards to a Queen of Pentacles. There she is. How beautiful are these stained glass window cards? Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It's not just about money, it's about being reliable, being a good provider, spending money wisely, making money wisely, being generous with money towards others, As much as Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn have amazing taste and like to spend money on things for their own homes and for themselves and how they look, they adore to buy things for other people. So it's somebody whose love language is gifting, okay, buying things for people. A very thoughtful person, very calm person, very stable person most times. No one's stable all the time, but most times this is quite a calm energy to be around. So there could be a lack of calm at the moment, or you're not sure whether to go towards this person, or you're feeling a bit out of sorts. Maybe you have earth placements, or you're struggling with money at the moment to get stability. Page of Cups reversed. Okay, so the Page of Cups upright is an expression of emotion, having emotion for a person and letting them know, offering them your cup of emotion. That can include apologies, it can include declarations of, you know, thinking someone is beautiful, someone is attractive, someone is a lovely person. When it's reversed, it's like we're not showing those emotions, we're not expressing them, okay? We're not letting, we're not letting the other person know. Okay, let's see about this other person then. Wow. The Knight of Swords upright. So your person, the person that's on your mind, or the one you're dealing with, they're going to give you what for. That's a very fast moving energy, and that sword is raised in their armour, and they have some choice words to give you, Aquarius. Let's say that. It seems like someone's angry, or, you know, they have something they really need to get off their chest. The Two of Swords. Not wanting to deal with it, blindfolding ourselves, you know, body language closed off, trying to hide from the problems, okay, bury your head in the sand. This person does, like, it's like they don't want to deal with it, but then when they do, they're not going to mince the words. What have you been up to? The Sun reversed, they are not happy with you. They are seriously not happy. They're quite burdened. The Sun card is the happiest card in the tarot deck. It's being carefree, childlike, not having a care in the world. You know how adults feel when they're on an all-inclusive holiday? And they just lie down, they know for the next 7 days it's just their job to have fun and relax and be a person. You know, off the treadmill, off the hamster wheel that is life, not worrying about the big questions, just to chill out. You know, to be childlike again and have fun and be playful and just be. That's what the Sun card is all about. This person is very burdened, they've got a lot on their mind. A lot seems to have been left unsaid here, and no one's quite willing to talk about it. Right, for the outcome cards, first of all, we've got a combination of the Eight of Swords, mental entrapment, the Seven of Pentacles, reflection, okay, major revelation with the Ace of Swords. I love this tarot deck. This is like a state of mind. It's ruminating on things, feeling like you can't get away from these thoughts, intrusive thoughts about the past. Seven is a card of reflection. The Seven of Pentacles is what's already been invested in, what's been cultivated. You know, if you're a farmer, what crops did you plant and what harvest did you reap from it? There's a lot of contemplation over that, and then there's a big truth that's going to be revealed. A confession, a major revelation. Okay? Swords are honesty, they're integrity, they're the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God, you know? It's all about communicating clearly exactly what's on your mind and telling the truth, pouring your heart out, you know? No holding back, no lies, no pretense, no pretending, just full disclosure, full honesty. This is a past energy. They could have Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn in their chart. They're very unhappy about what's gone on previously, but the fact that they're thinking about it shows that they haven't moved on either. You have a lot of passion for this person. You want a new beginning with them. They may have air placements because they've got a lot of swords energy. They're someone that analyses things. They're someone that wants to intellectualise things. They will articulate things. They can be blunt. But they speak from the heart. Okay, this is not someone that's going to bullshit you. If you want to know how they feel, they'll tell you. They'll tell you straight. And okay, and it may not be sugar-coated either. In fact, very unlikely. But at least you know, like, would you rather deal with someone sneaky and sly and two-faced, or would you rather deal with someone, like, be able to get through and make a true connection with them? If they care this much, that they have a lot, you know, of reflecting on the past, they have a lot of thought about this, to the point where they can't stop thinking about it. If they're unhappy about it, that's because they care, right? That's because they care. If this was a carefree idiot, you know, of a person, they would have wands energy. There would be no swords. It would be all wands and water, you know, high drama, tears, tantrums, you know, battles, arguments. We don't have that. We've got a lot of thinking going on. Too much thinking. There's overthinking. There's sadness. And there's hasty messages and revelations and confessions that are going to happen. Because, you know, this is like causing them to kind of be in a lot of distress, okay, until they say what they need to say. We've got another combination of the Six of Wands reversed, failure, the Three of Cups, third party, Seven of Cups reversed, lusting, desire, daydreaming, fantasising, illusions, being closed off to new options. They're hung up on you. They're seriously hung up on you. There's a lot that hasn't been said on both sides, and I know I'm repeating myself, but that's the main message here. Let's get one final one. The Queen of Cups, upright. The Queen of Cups is an empath, okay? She's also somebody who invites healing energies, okay? You may feel very calm around her. You may feel very welcome, safe, nurtured, understood. You may feel that this person is incredibly patient with you. It's a compassionate person. It's a very, very understanding, forgiving person. So they must have been mistreated in order to feel the way that they do. To feel like they need to get off their chest what they need to get off their chest, to be unhappy, to be looking back. There's feelings, but there's very mixed emotions. You know, they haven't been able to get over it. It's reeks of unfinished business. Stuff that hasn't been dealt with, hasn't been closed out. Maybe they don't want to move on from it. Maybe they just need an apology, or they need some kind of stability or consistency, you know? What's the nature of this connection, please? Let go of control issues. So both sides are trying to stay in control. We've also got finances and career are an issue. Okay? It's probably the one thing people argue about the most. Okay? There's other things like jealousy, or, you know, struggling to conceive, or, you know, how money should be spent on children, things like that. But the main thing when you're in a relationship, the main pressures come from money. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. This feels like it's financial on both sides, and it feels like it's control on both sides. You could be twin flames. By that I mean you could be like two flames that one chases and the other runs, and then the one chasing stops and goes, not doing that, walks away, and then that one goes, where you going, and chases that one, and that one runs. And it kind of goes, it looks like the antenna on the top of a snail, doesn't it? But it's like, yeah. And the nature of a twin flames union is that you each learn to do the opposite of what your modus operandi is. So if you are the runner and you tend to duck away from commitment, or you tend to step away from true love, or you tend to run away when it gets tough or when it gets serious, if you know you're a hot mess right now but you go towards people and then you do a runner thinking like, but I'm not emotionally available, so I don't really know why I slept with you. That's a runner, okay? Someone that runs away from commitment, from responsibility, from facing up to their issues. You know, if you work through your issues, that's different. But if you're running away from them, they're just going to follow you. Now, someone who has healthy attachment will chase the runner, okay? But at some point, they'll go, why am I chasing you and you keep running away from me? If you don't want to talk to me, fine. And they go this way, and then that person goes, what? Where are you going? You're supposed to chase me. I don't like this feeling. I don't want to be alone. And then they run after them. And then that one starts running away like, I don't want to talk to you. So the point is, you take turns being runners and chasers. You become more balanced in how you respond to problems instead of doing a trauma, you know, like, well, I'm going to do a runner, or I can't be alone, I need to chase this person, I constantly need to make things work when it's not even my job to fix it. You know, you could have that fixer syndrome where you're like overly loyal, perhaps codependent, but the other person's codependent, they just freak out when it gets to a certain point. They run, but they don't want to be alone. They want you to chase them. See, this is a twin flames connection, possibly, where most of the time you're apart, and when you're together, it's magnetic, the chemistry is insane. You know, personalities just work together, like you're like two peas from a pod. You have such fun, you laugh, you have amazing sex. You just seem to like feel really safe together. It's like you've always known each other, and you've only just met, but it's like the issues that caused you to take a twin flames contract are the ones that will be healed by this on and off connection. It's the on and offness, it's the intermittence that's going to cause and trigger healing, and it's not comfortable. It's dramatic. It's like Morse code, it's intermittent. You know, you're apart more than you're together, but when you're together, it's like nothing you've ever experienced. So it has to be like that for you to be triggered to heal. It has to be intense. So it's meaningful, but it's a bumpy road, okay? And you don't always end up together. In fact, most times, you know, you'll do this your entire lives. But lifelong healing is achieved, significant healing is achieved. You know, and connections with people are meaningful, and it's not about how much time you spend together, it's what you do and the conversations that you have that are important, and the way that you feel around each other is important. You know, you could rack up so much time in school or in workplaces with people you don't like, but you're around them loads. That doesn't mean more than people who are really important to you, who make you feel amazing. You don't see them that often. I've got friends that I see like every 2 to 3 months, And it's always the same. We've gone longer before. It's always the same when we're together. It's amazing. You know, so if I count the number of hours we've spent together on one hand, and then on the other I count the number of hours I've been around all my pupils or all my colleagues, you know, there's the odd person that I like, but most people I don't like them, but I have to be around them so much. You know, that equates to like thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of hours. It's not the quantity of time that you have together that's important, that's significant. It's how profound a connection it is. You know, that you have a good time when you are together. And that's more than likely why this person can't stop reflecting, even though they're pissed off. They're pissed off because they get so much out of this when you are getting on. What is it that they love about you? If you notice as well, we've got two queens. So you're both in your feminine energy right now. It doesn't matter what gender you are. You're both being passive, emotional, and waiting for the other to reach out. Now for yin and yang, for complementary energies, we need one of you to be in the more masculine energy, and that tends to be the male. If it's a same-sex relationship, again, one of you will have a more masculine energy and be the hunter, the instigator, the person that organises the dates, the person that takes care of the bills in the household. You could be a woman and be the masculine energy, but in most cases, a traditional courtship works. It just does. And you can be the strongest female. It's not about not being strong or intelligent or clever. But one person needs to yield slightly, very, very slightly to the other. You're of equal status in the relationship. You may earn more money than them. It doesn't matter. One of you takes the lead a little tiny bit. There's just a slight difference. There's a yin and yang. It has to complement, you know? Like that peace. I don't think it is a peace sign. It's yin and yang. It's a symbol of peace, night and day. It has to be a complementary give and take, and you can change. You're not stuck as being a masculine energy or a feminine energy. There's plenty of house husbands who are nurturers, and you know, there's boss women that, and it works. It's 2024, it's going to be 2025 soon, but there has to be one person who yields to the other a little bit. There's full equal respect, equal status, totally equal, but there has to be a sort of give and take going on. And when you're both being passive, there's no instigator, there's no chaser, there's no person saying, come on, we need to sort this out, or like, let's talk. You may be both sulking, or both in tears or distressed, or you just clammed up, not talking, looking the other way. You know, we need one person going, come on, let's sort this out, or you know, we've discussed it and I think in the end, let's do whatever, okay. You know, like it or not, that's how relationships work. If you have two alphas, two people in their masculine, that doesn't work either, because then you have a head-to-head clash. You have a collision and you butt heads and you argue, and each person wants to be in control and there's constant conflict. That doesn't work. In the end, one person has to yield, and you might take turns doing that at different points in your life. If a masculine becomes sick or unwell, or they're grieving someone in their family, if they become injured, if they lose their job and they get made redundant, it's no one's fault any of these things happen, but the feminine will go into a more masculine energy and take control and become the instigator out of necessity. Now, women who've experienced a lot of, you know, weaker male partners or weaker partners will go very, very masculine, and they become very independent, very domineering. They will not become softer and feminine again. They want to, but they've been forced into that pole position of like, I have to be in charge, I have to be the boss, you know, because the other person cannot right now. They just cannot. They haven't got the capacity to. You know, or someone who's a serial philanderer that can't be relied upon, you know, that's from trauma. Whether it feels like or seems like a choice, it's not, but it doesn't mean that it's okay. If someone becomes addicted to gambling, or, you know, they have whatever addictions, vices, they go AWOL on drugs, or they have PTSD or something, they are not going to be the one with their head together sorting out the bills, you know, and talking to the kids about the behaviour on those. They're not going to be doing any of that. They may stop going to work. Do you know what I mean? So it's like the feminine energy, the woman in the household, is going to have to go into her masculine. And that's fine. We all take turns doing that because things come up in life. But if you have two masculine energies butting heads, not able to agree on anything, each one wanting to be in control, or you have two feminines where they're just not talking or upset or too passive, they might really want to get shit achieved, but we're just not, you know, because we're waiting for the other one to do it. That doesn't work either. So we've got to have someone who's more of an instigator and, you know, equal intelligence, equal power status, but one choosing to yield and let the other have the overall say sometimes. It's just how it works, and you're a liar if you say it doesn't. You see it on, you know, psychology programs where you have two kind of CEOs, one's a female boss, one's a male boss. They try to have a relationship and they cannot get through one conversation. They just can't. It's very persuasive and very clever. It's very skilled to be the person that says what they think, that's able to get it across and be persuasive to the other person without just butting heads or not. You know, you both go to open your mouth and you talk over each other and then you fall out and the relationship's done. I've seen that before because they're just two independent, strong-minded, butt-headed, pig-headed people that are used to everyone else yielding to them. So if you have two people like that, it's a recipe for disaster. It does not work. You know, and as I say, no one is stuck in that one energy their entire life, but it's very movable. You know, within a household, children get used to one parent being slightly more dominant for periods, and it just depends whatever else is going on. External realities can really limit us sometimes. Thank you for being so patient with me. So they feel like Aquarius, you've been very, very patient with them, that you understand them, that you accept them as they are for where they are in their life, that you hold them in high regard, you know, whatever status they're at right now. If this person is prone to getting emotional and being upset, it's like you know that, you forgive that, and you love them anyway. Do you know what I mean? It could be to do with where they are in their life financially. It could be to do with their emotional reaction to things could be quite strong. They could be quite blunt or say things that other people won't be able to, you know, sit comfortably with. But you might appreciate the honesty, you know, as an air sign. You're Aquarius. Geminis, Librans and Aquarians are logic-based. They work with facts. They're analytical, fantastic orators, writers, speakers. They do their research, everything is thought through. And there's a lot of reflection that goes on as well. So this mental activity, if you both have air in your chart, could be actually quite complementary. But it seems at the moment neither of you have been communicating the full truth. So that must be down to insecurities on both sides. Are you two going to end up talking, and when's it going to happen? They could have water placements as well, because we've got Queen of Cups, or they could just be a nurturer within a couple of months. Okay, so late January, late February, could be before then. You guys will be talking again. Doesn't matter how long it's been. There's a lot of reflection goes on this time of year. We've got a full moon coming up at the end of December, which is going to make people very, very reflective. That time of year always does. And the start of New Year makes people reflect. I always get broken up with at the start of a New Year. I hate New Year. You get January blues, you're low on money, it's freezing cold, all the Christmas decks have come down. And then you get broken up with right before Valentine's Day. That's just like some of the jerks that I've been out with, honestly. I've had some really, really lovely guys. I promise you, it's not all bad. Let's get some advice. I can laugh about it now, but at the time it's just like, you're an orb. We've got breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. There's going to be some sort of development with this. Okay, these insecurities. Reflect and redirect your energy. It's all about reflection. We're in Mercury retrograde right now. There's going to be a full moon at the end of December, and it's of course the end of one year and the beginning of a new one, so there's a lot of contemplation going on. You know, people have time off, they start to assess their priorities, and they get off the hamster wheel, they get a bit of rest, and they start having time to actually think about the bigger picture, think about where things are going. What are we all doing? You know, what is it that I want? Am I happy? Do I really want this relationship? Do I really want this marriage? Could we, you know, tell the children and work this out and co-parent somehow from different homes? Like, you know, shall I tell that person I've crushed on for 3 years in work that I actually would like to date them? It's like, it's not all negative, guys, but it's like a sense of, what am I doing? Like, I've liked this person for ages, I really want to. Or why did we ever stop talking? I miss them so much. I think about all the good times. Like, maybe I should get in touch. You know, you'll hear from a lot of exes in this period. You really will. Any more advice, please? Loads of advice for you. Skunk spirit, know your worth. Stop being insecure. Both of you need to stop being insecure. Cross-watcher and Aquarius. You have so much value, you know. Fears are not reality. The truth is much better, okay? Wolf spirit, turn knowledge into wisdom. You've learnt a lot of lessons over the years. Trust your own judgment on things. Trust your instincts. Go with your intuition, go with your gut, follow your heart, okay? And expect people to be upset if there's been a long time not talking. Expect to get some home truths if you do get in touch. You know? Take accountability and show that you do care somehow with some kind of actions. Words are one thing, actions are quite the other. Badger spirit, be fearless and bold. Don't hide away from all of this. It's often things feel or seem like they're going to be a lot harder. Monday mornings are a classic example, or your first driving lesson, or your first day in a new job. You're like, oh, with the tummy aches, you know, like, oh, and then it's like, fine. It's always fine. It's always fine. Bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. 2 is the number of balance. Is that 2 or 5? 5, sorry, I'm looking at it backwards. 5 is the number of change. This is going to develop. It's been in a weird phase for a while. Could be several months, but things have changed. Along with external realities changing, people's finances improve, people learn to forgive and move on. People consider their behaviour, their past actions, you know, and grow from it. Things change with time. Right, my arms are burning from holding those cards up. Take care, Aquarius. I hope this resonated for somebody out there. If it doesn't resonate whatsoever, it's just not your message this time. Feel free to cross-watch the sign of your person. Watch any signs that you cusp with. I always watch Aries because I'm a Taurus and I'm early on in Taurus season. And I watch my moon sign as well. I watch Libra readings. They often resonate. Okay, you can find out your moon sign by just Googling your date of birth and typing moon sign. Okay. Take care. Please support the channel, like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, and have a good rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there. See you in the next one.